Travel Secrets July 24 update.
Island Kopangan lot, but also the islands in the south are nice, but also in Chiang Mai up to the north. But I prefer the beach. And it's really people are
Here's a map of our Danish trains, and we'll be going down the Jutland to Hamburg. There used to be a boat train from Rodbu to Puttgarden. That was wonderful, but no more now that they've opened a faster stretch here. These are reservation only. While nominally required, a seat reservation is appropriate for the Eurocity between Copenhagen and Hamburg, and I often get one. They never check, although the trains sometimes are full enough that it's a good idea. In Denmark, right in the center here, is Odense, that is spelled with a D. Really a good place to stop, not just because of its train museum, but it has some of the great old-timey artwork all around town. Kind of reminiscent of a German town named Uelzen, which we'll be seeing. Coming into Padborg, the border station between Denmark and Germany. Coming into Denmark, strong border control. Let's see what happens the other way. Crossing over the Kiel Canal on a Kiel Canal bridge. Don't miss it. Find something new here on the German train for July. It's the fusilli pesto as opposed to the fusilli bolognese. As promised, here is Uelzen. You got to go inside. It has some of the, I guess you call it Art Deco, maybe Jungstil. Here's an exemplar right here. You'd think it'd be in Austria, but it's not. It's between Hanover and Hamburg. Well, I'm here in Mannheim going to Cologne, and the rail planner only shows the fastest way. I'd like to go along the Rhine, time enough for me. You'll see the castles. Add a stop on Koblenz, and that will do it. Here's the Eurostar train, formerly Thalys. Most expensive reservation in Europe. Cologne, Amsterdam, Brussels, Paris, and of course London. Here's a reservation between Frankfurt and Paris, only 18 euros with the pass. Had I done it from Cologne, it would have been some 39 euros, noting that now between Cologne and Brussels, there's now an extra reservation. And, you know, the distance is so short that even if you leave late from the hotel, you'll arrive before the hotel is ready. So this way I can add a little trip from Cologne to Frankfurt along the Rhine, a little bit longer, real pretty, nice meal. Here's a mistake I made the first time, and I've seen others do it. See the 853 and the 855? Yeah, they do both go to Frankfurt. They do both go to the airport, but the 853 goes via Koblenz along the Rhine, takes an hour longer, which is okay, it's pretty. So actually the faster is the later one. Go figure. Well, we're now on a TGV, and of course you always on a French train have a croque monsieur, and I think it looks like something new called the Tex-Mex rice. Paris's Montparnasse station, that's for trains to the southwest. Here's a place called Flamps, makes lots of sense, because they serve tarte flambée, or the Germans call it Flammkuchen. It's an Alsatian, really thin pizza with a kind of a sour cream, usually ordered with bacon called lardon. Wow, yummy. Here's a map of French TGV routes, color-coded by type, noting that the Ouigo sites are not available on the pass, nor the Italian service, the Tren Rosa, likewise in Spain. The expensive Talus is now called the Eurostar. Going to Bologna from Stuttgart via Munich, there used to be a high-speed pendular train direct from Stuttgart to Milano. But interestingly, that is no more. And likewise, there's no more service between Milan and Lione. Interesting. So I'm going to take the Eurocity, which no longer has good meal service. The good meal service is a railjet. Brand new. They're slowly making the transformations. And do note that on this trip they have something called an Auspreis. That's a 10 euro supplement, which actually just makes it standard for all the trains in Italy. In trains you can get a Käse Schinken baguette. It's a ham and cheese sandwich on a long roll. It's pretty good. Well, we took this earlier train. Good thing we did, because otherwise we would have missed our Eurocity train to Italy. Our Eurocity train from Munich going to Italy. There's 3 services. By the way, they're all covered if you're having a German pass. And this is the old-timey service. They've got new service, but this Austrian service that sadly will no longer have a restaurant car. There's also an extra surcharge half the time they collect it. It's 10 euros, called an Auspreis. Matches Italian fares. Now I've had my rail pass lock up on me, and that's when I figured out it was 2 different journeys, and one had just passed, and I was offline, not available Wi-Fi, if you will, and it all restored when I reset with Wi-Fi. Go figure. The Austrian-Italian border, we do have a police check, which is normal. We headed going into Denmark, but not coming out. On the other hand, from Belgium, France, Germany, that's normal. Come into Bolzano, formerly Bolzen, when it was part of the Südtirol, now the Alta Adagio. It is the winter, summer place to visit. The other one is Rimini, unlike, say, most people might think of Venezia, Venice, Venedig. Rimini has a better nightlife. They did charge the 10 euro Aufpreis, but it's just consistent with standard Italian supplements of 10 euros. I'm on a Swiss train. I don't have the special, but I do have the Kanaka with the Ruli, and I'd give it a try. They throw in some applesauce.
Well, maybe saving the best for last, or the worst for the best. We're going back to Rothenburg on the Taube. Requires 2 different connections from Würzburg. That's without a T. And wow. Here are some obvious things as we're wrapping this up. Here are euro notes and coins. Currently about $1.08 US dollars equivalent. Danish kroner about 7 to $1, 27 Czech kroner to $1. The Swiss francs almost on par. Notice the bills, larger in size, change color. By the way, the fixtures are actually made up, not actually representing any particular one country, and the serial numbers actually denote the country of issuance. Here are coins. The backs of the coins, not unlike our quarters, are different for each country, collectible if you like. The size, look at that, the 1 euro is really about the size of a 50-cent piece, and more than once I've had someone try to shortchange me that way. You can tell them apart in the dark. The 50-cent has reading, that's the little rough edges, all the way around pronounced, whereas the euro has occasional very fine. Finland and the Netherlands do not issue 1 or 2 cent coins. Collectible brand new now are Estonia, Estland, and Croatia. It was not one thing, it's another. On my last trip, you may recall, flight was diverted to Chicago, stuck there for 3 days. Now we're trying to leave Frankfurt, and them blinking lights are not normal. There's a protest glued to the tarmac, and they say 2 hours. Did you hear that laugh?
Here's a map of our Danish trains, and we'll be going down the Jutland to Hamburg. There used to be a boat train from Roodboot to Puttgarden. That was wonderful, but no more now that they've opened a faster stretch here. These are reservation only. We're in Denmark. Right in the center here is Odense, that is spelled with a D. Really a good place to stop, not just because of its train museum, but it has some of the great old-timey artwork all around town. Kind of reminiscent of a German town named Uelzen, which we'll be seeing.